Welcome back, everybody. My name is Jason. I am the founder and CEO of Behind Bars Blueprint, which is an organization that's designed to help individuals and their families navigate the incarceration process together. Today, we're going to talk about the topic of what we can learn about gratitude in prison. Let's get started. So, most people do not associate gratitude with prison, but that's exactly what a lot of people learn there. That's what I learned there. Sometimes it takes losing everything to see what you've lost and to recognize what you had. And that's what this video is about. As strange as it sounds, you can find gratitude and things to be grateful for while you're in prison. It's something that will actually make your time go better if you know how to apply it. And speaking of gratitude, you got to stop and be thankful for the little things sometimes. And as I was walking through here, I noticed we've got a little bat clinging to the wall right there. How neat is that? So people often wonder, what does gratitude in prison even look like? Well, I can tell you, it's appreciating the small things. It's a meal with some friends. It might be a laugh, a letter from home, a phone call. But when your world shrinks, when it gets incredibly small, and that's pretty much what prison does, is your world becomes very complicated and very simple at the same time. And when it does that, even the littlest things can become some of the biggest things. And that's what's important to focus on. Otherwise, you're going to lose your focus, and that's not what you want. I'm standing out here in nature and it's nice and quiet. Hear a few crickets, maybe a few birds. That's about it. Not too many people around. And it's something to be grateful for. And you think back about before prison, before I went to prison, a lot of times it was about validation. It was about status. It was chasing the wrong things for the wrong reasons. Again, like I always say, it's, empty people doing empty things to fill empty lives, right? Well, that was me. When you get inside, everything gets to be very concentrated. Everything gets to be very simple. And again, I say that sort of in a roundabout way. It's simple, but it can be complicated. But you learn to really appreciate the little things, and that's what's important. Don't chase the things that are meaningless. Whether you're out here or whether you're in there. But also make sure that when you get out, you continue to carry on that sense of gratitude and appreciate the things that are out here too, just like what we're doing today. So what does gratitude do for the mind? Well, when you're inside, one of the most important things it does is it keeps bitterness from taking root. Also does the same thing when you get out. If you're grateful inside and you're grateful outside, it's going to be very hard for bitterness to get a hold of you. And I've seen it happen, and it happened to me for a while. And it's something that you do not want, I promise. It's a very difficult way, almost makes things impossible to deal with. When you're inside and you're faced with the reality of what's going on, you're forced to slow down. And that's a good thing. That's something that you need to embrace. Your brain, especially in today's world, social media, everything going on, we're inundated with just constant stimulation all the time. And when you get inside, you're not going to have a lot of that. And that can be an adjustment for some people, but don't shy away from that. Embrace that, because slowing down, resetting, and being grateful and appreciative for even the little things is what you're going to need to get through. So what can families learn from all this? Well, don't wait. Don't wait to show gratitude. Don't wait to show love. Don't wait to give that hug. Don't wait for a tragedy or a loss. Don't wait. Be grateful now, and gratitude can overcome a tremendous amount of loss and grief and pain. So if you're going through that, use gratitude. And sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes it's hard to remember that. It's very easy to get wrapped up in things and to do what we call that downward spiral. But that's not something that you want to entertain. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to have moments, right? It's okay to acknowledge the loss or the hurt or the pain, but you definitely don't want to stay there. And gratitude is the key to moving through that. So what does this teach us about life after prison? Well, gratitude is not pretending that everything is okay. It's not pretending that nothing ever happened. It's seeing the value in growth. And that's something that a lot of people, again, can lose their way on. If you can find gratitude in the hardest of places, which I would argue prison is probably one of those, you can find it anywhere. And that's how you need to take it above and beyond. When you get out of prison, you may have some restrictions. You're probably very likely going to have some restrictions. Don't focus on the restrictions, focus on the freedom. Okay? I would much rather have restrictions and be free than be locked up and be completely restricted, because that's what being locked up is. So I know it might sound a little bit simplistic, but it's not. Be grateful for everything, big or small, regardless of the circumstances, in or out. That's why at Behind Bars Blueprint, that's one of the first things that we teach people is how to rediscover gratitude. We don't come at you and say, oh, be positive. We give you the tools that you need to realign that perspective in order to carry on and be successful in every step of this journey from beginning to end and for the rest of your life. And gratitude is an essential part of that. If you think this can be of help to you guys or to somebody that you know, maybe somebody that's in prison, a loved one, feel free to check out the resources below. I've got everything down there. You can go to our website at www.behindbarsblueprint.com. You can email me at behindbarsblueprint@gmail.com with any questions you might have, any suggestions. Again, we're here to help. Check out the resources, check out the information below, guys. And until next time, keep the faith, stay strong.